Hello and welcome. My name's Debbie Gilbert from the Best Business Women Awards, and today I'm joined by Steve Mark from Get Leads Local. He is one of our sponsors and one of our judges for 2020, and he is sponsoring the Best Tradeswoman category. He has been involved with the awards since it started in a variety of ways, and I'll let him talk a bit more about that in a moment. And he's also got quite a vast experience of some of the bigger awards that take place nationally, for example, the National Business Awards. So welcome, Steve. Hello.
Hello there.
So let's start off by talking about what you do.
Yeah, so getmoreleadslocally.com is a specialist digital marketing agency that really focuses on local businesses. So it's quite an underserviced market. Facebook ads agencies, will tend to go after the big e-com clients, whereas we specialize in working with more local businesses. So, plumbing, heating businesses, tradespeople, service-based businesses, carving out opportunities for them on Facebook, using their algorithm, using their data points that they've all got on us, all the stuff that they know about us. We can match up who their ideal client is with prospects in their local area.
Excellent. So Best Tradeswoman, what was the thinking behind that? Why did you want to get behind that campaign?
So trades as a sector is, again, I think underappreciated. And especially the niche of female tradeswomen. Having previously worked for a company that was servicing the trades industry, a lot of people think there's not many tradeswomen about, but of course there is, and the figures show, that over 15% of their customer base was made up of female tradeswomen. So it's a great community to support. And like any business, and being a marketer, you will understand this, I will understand this. For small local businesses, they need assets and they need a reason to go out into their local community and shout about themselves. And they need a way, and especially now more than ever, a way of separating themselves out from other competitors in the local area. And there's no better way of doing that than winning an award or being nominated for an award. They're both, both carry a lot of prestigiousness, if that's a word.
Prestige, yeah. And I think for some of them, they want to be looking at not just the best tradeswoman, but also maybe best customer service, because what a great accolade to have as a tradesperson, an award for customer service, would you think?
Yeah, definitely. Customer service is everything. And I think, again, if we're looking at how they can separate themselves out from their competitors, over-delivering on service is one of the ways they can do that. And of course, that's often free to do that. Great service costs nothing. So everything from, the first touch point that a customer has, making sure the phone is answered on time, making sure that there's follow-ups, making sure that the customer knows, that you're going to turn up on the day at the time you're going to turn up, putting a postcard in the post to give them their appointment, and then the post service is really important and really key, and that's the big thing that can separate things out. And of course, when you then go to the customer looking for a great review to put on Google or to put on Facebook, you've got a much better chance of getting that from them if you've over-delivered on service. So absolutely go after the best customer service category. And then if you're running a business that's focused around the customer, then why not go for Best Business Women of the Year as well? And go for the hat trick.
Business of the Year, yeah, absolutely. Almost inspiring.
Yeah.
So you're on our judging panel. What sort of things are you looking for in the entries for Best Tradeswoman?
Yeah, so I think you've got to be able to evidence, and it's a really not obvious one, but actually it's one that's quite often missed when you're judging a category. Is people will often say they've got great reviews, but won't necessarily include that evidence in their entry. They will say they've got great robust systems and processes and everything else, but again, they won't put it into their entry pack, into their questions. So I mean, for me, the number one is, if somebody's written a statement, you've got to be able to back that statement up with some evidence. And it's so easy to do, to, take a screen grab of your Trustpilot reviews or your Google reviews or wherever you're collecting them, or Facebook, and if you've got processes and systems to take a snapshot of the systems that you're using to sort of do that. So definitely evidence. I want to see evidence, and certainly in this category, and we've spoken a little bit about it, about customer service. I want to see evidence that you're that you've got service at the heart of your business, that you're a customer centric business.
Yeah, I mean, this category is open to single tradeswomen that are self-employed, running, it could be carpentry, electrics, plumbing. A lady entered last year who did rainwater tank cleaning. We would class that as a trade. Yeah. Up to women who've got businesses that actually employ staff. So there isn't a barrier. It's open to everybody, and we want to really encourage tradeswomen to come forward. As well, because we feel like it does inspire the next generation of girls to come through and think that, it is very, very feasible to go and do a trade if that's what you want to do. So we're trying to push this forward to break that taboo that, it's not just for boys. It's
do you know what, in this new kind of world that we find ourselves, actually the sort of jobs that are coming back are the skilled jobs, where a lot of white collar jobs in this new world are going to be outsourced to overseas. So actually having a trade that can't be, you have to physically be there in person. You can't outsource that to the other side of the world. So having a trade is going to be more important than ever, I believe, as we go through the next few years. Some traditional jobs, we could actually see them being lost to overseas, where now remote working is an entirely possibility, but you can't rewire someone's house or fix somebody's washing machine remotely, so you have to be there physically. So yeah, definitely.
Really good point, actually. So it's a role or a business that's not going to go out of fashion anytime soon.
No.
It'll be replaced by a robot. So yeah, I think you've got a valid point there, because
AI is causing big disruption all over the business world. And again, like you say, robots, AI, they may well assist tradespeople in the future. You might have a little mini robot as opposed to an apprentice, but certainly you're not going to see tradespeople, certainly in our lifetime, I don't believe, being sort of replaced by robots.
So last year you were at the awards ceremony and you presented the award to Thumbsy for Consumer Retail Champion. What's it like being at the ceremony? What do you love about it?
Do you know what? It's just the buzz. It's the collective buzz of having everybody around, and you're left with this just sort of wave of energy, throughout the night. It's such a buzz, and it's such an inspiration. And if you're there, do you know what? If you're there and maybe you don't win, maybe you're a nominated finalist, you're just surrounding yourself with like-minded people. I can't remember the exact expression, but it's like, surround yourself with your tribe. And if you want to be successful, you need to surround yourself with successful people that have success in their DNA, in their heart. So yeah, if you want to be successful, surround yourself with successful people, and there's no better way of doing that than being at an awards ceremony. It's like, if you want an Olympic gold, make sure you get on the same starting grid as the finalists.
Yeah, I think that's so true. And people say it's such a night of celebration. There's no clickiness. Everybody has such a good time. And I get asked quite often, is it an all female judging panel? And obviously I have yourself, and I've got a couple of other male judges on the panel. And I think that's quite good to get that broad breadth of experience, because you've judged other awards as well over the years. And you've also worked for a business a few years ago who won one of the Lloyds Bank National Business Awards.
Yeah.
So you've sort of seen it from both sides, really, as an entrant, as a judge. You've seen both sides of the coin, haven't you?
Yeah, and I think the other thing that really stood out for me, so when we did the entry for the National Business Awards, which was a Lloyds award, we had to present in front of a panel of 5 or 6 people. And you know what, whether you're presenting in front of a physical panel or you're presenting your entry to judges, you still need to wow them. You need to leave them with something, a hook that they can sort of remember your entry by. So I was very aware when we presented at the National Business Awards to the panel that we presented at like, 2, 3 in the afternoon. So I knew by that time of the day that they were going to be like on their knees virtually, having had a morning and a lunch and an afternoon of people talking to them. So we left them with a little present. Now, I'm not saying this is not a bribe, by the way, but we left them with a little pack, which was some fruit, some little goodies, and a little miniature kind of toy, which was relevant.
Do you think that's what swung the winning prize?
But I think it was more about just being that little bit different. It wasn't a major bribe. It was like an apple and a banana, but it was actually, the great thing with that was it was linked to the entry, because the company I was working for at the time provided free fruit, and for its staff. So it was a little gift at the end to sort of say, we can't bring you into our workspace, but we can bring our workspace to you. So it kind of worked quite well. So in your entry, I'm not saying put bananas and apples in, but,
no, please don't. It's all online.
But just think about how you can leave that judge when they've looked at 6, 8, 10, 12 entries. How is yours going to stand out from the crowd? You might have the best business, you might have the best brand, you might have the best staff, you might have the best customer service, but if you present it in a way that doesn't sell you and sell your business, then by the end, if they've read your one first or second, by the end, you just need that little bit of wow factor that just elevates yours above everybody else. Fabulous.
And is there anything else you want to add? Anything we haven't talked about?
It's a great fun evening. I think that on a serious point, to leave you with one little nugget is whether you win or whether you're a finalist, it's how you leverage that afterwards, which is really, really key. So if you're going to go through all the time and trouble of writing your entry, uploading it, going through the whole process, turning up on the night, if you're a finalist, that's great PR. That deserves to be on social media. It deserves to be a press release. It deserves to be on your website. It deserves to be on your stationery. It deserves to be everywhere. And if you win, just do all of that times 10, and just really make the most of it. And it needs to be in your proposals when you pitch to a client. It needs to be on your quote forms when you're sending out quotes. If you're looking for commercial business, it needs to be on your on your pitch document. It needs to be do as much as you can with it.
Brilliant. Okay, well, thanks for joining us today. Really appreciate that. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.
Thanks.